The final review is going to be on Transformers Rise of the Beast Studio Series Rhinox. Stay tuned. Rodimus Bill here, and today I'm going to do a review on the Voyager Studio Series Rhinox number 103 from Transformers Rise of the Beast. First, take a look at the package. It is the no plastic packaging, so there is Rhinox. Here's a cool art in his Rhino mode. It is a Voyager class, Studio Series 103. There's the Rise of the Beast logo, Transformers. There's him in robot mode. Big screen inspired scale detail backdrop, Rhinox Peruvian jungle discovery. Backdrop included, 29 steps. Rhinox charges onto the scene to protect the maximal layer from intruders. Here's the UPC. Now let's get this guy out of the package. I already opened him up, so we're just going to show you what comes with him. Now, as what Hasbro's been doing lately, the cardboard they get packed in is the same as the Studio Series. So that's pretty cool. Hasbro doesn't have to do that. I know on the Buzzworthy Bumblebee one, this was a blank cardboard. Like for my Grimlock, that's all you got. But on the Studio Series, they actually mirror the backdrop. So here is the backdrop. It is the Peruvian jungle scene. There's a pretty cool light coming out of the cave. I don't remember that particular cave, but that's what it is. And we also have Rhinox, the weapon, and the instruction booklet for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Oh wait, that's not right. This is Rise of the Beast, not Revenge of the Fallen. Hasbro, you screwed up. But anyway, Studio Series 103 Rhinox, Transformers A+. Now how many of you actually saw that said Revenge of the Fallen? Alright, he puts his mace in his hand. Here's all the directions. And when he's in his Rhino mode, you put his mace, you fold it up, stick it on his back. So that's it for that. Here is that big hammer, mace, whatever. And pretty cool. It's all gray and it rotates. There you go. It rotates like that. And it snaps into place. And the handle's just a little different shade of gray more than silver. And the only thing blast compatible is this little thing. So you can hold it, and it looks like he's deflecting a fire shot or a blast with that. But that's something you can do. Now, for the actual Rhinox figure. Definitely different than any other Rhinox figure we have had, especially the Kingdom version. But we're gonna, oh, you know what? Let's just put him right here. I never do these. There you go. And now we'll get out of that. Alright. So, look at that nice head. He's got grayish, and there's some silver around the eyes. I'm not sure you can pick it up in the light. He's got a maximal symbol right there. He's got a bronze, brown, little shading on his abs, a little on his chest. He's got some up here. Down his crotch place, he's got more of that weathering paint. He's got it on his arms. I like how the knees are real shiny, silver, grayish color. You turn him around. Now this figure is bulky. He's not hollow, and he's got some weight to it. And he's the only Rhinox figure that doesn't have the Rhino head on the back. So he's pretty cool. Let's see now his articulation, the head. You can turn it, very hard to turn. Turn it side to side. It does go up and down. The arm, 360. I love how you can pull it out, like it goes out like that. This is on a hinge joint, it moves. So elbow bend, not quite 90, but got 360 degrees articulation. And the wrist turns around too. It's got 360 degrees. If you move the tail up, the waist has 360 degrees. Again, the other arm, same way. Now the legs, you can kick forward more than 90. Kick back more than 90. Let's move all this up. Oh, wow. And he's even got the full split. I like that little extra piece they added. Upper thigh rotation right here. It's a mushroom peg. And the knee, we'll say 90. And the foot definitely moves side to side, up and down. So he's definitely articulated. And let's see. Like I said, you could put this in his hand like that. And if you even want to store them, I don't want to break this. There. You got this peg right here. And this is where you put them in rhino mode. But you can have them store the hammer right there in the back. So that is pretty cool too. And that's it for articulation and Rhinox. Now we'll do some robot-to-robot comparison. Now the first one that's going to count more than anything else is our Kingdom Rhinox. Now, major difference. As you can see, the colors are different. But the head, they kind of gave him the same head. You see he's got the big chin that goes around the face. You got the same stripe down the middle. But they wanted to make it look more alien, more realistic looking. The only thing the same are the front arms, are the arms. But this has got that fake mouth. You got the rhino head on the back. This guy doesn't come with the Gatling guns, but he comes with a club. And the legs, I mean, these legs are so convoluted, and these are actually very simple. But you can see the difference in Rhinox and Rhinox. The only thing bad about this guy is the legs. The way they have the spring-loaded legs, you think you're going to break them. But it's just not the greatest. But we'll get more into these guys later. But for right now, these are your two Rhinoxes. And then we're going to bring in Studio Series Voyager Optimus Prime. So these are supposed to be in scale. They're both from Rise of the Beast. So you got your Prime, and then you got your Rhinox. One of my few complaints about this Prime is his head being too small, especially when you compare it to Rhinox's. And then we're going to bring in some of our deluxe figures. I know this ain't the Cheetor, but we got Wheeljack, aka Pablo, and we've got Cheetor. Now these came in the Jungle Mission 3-pack with Nightbird. So there you have, these are all from the same movie. Now we're going to bring in Mirage. That's just my quick battle changer. I don't have the deluxe or the Studio Series yet. We're going to bring RC. We're going to bring in Air Razor. Now this is from the Kingdom line. This is the Core Class Studio line. And this is the Battle Changer line. But they're all the movie toys. And then we're going to bring in the Kingdom Voyager Optimus Primal. Now, the Optimus Primal Studio Series is a leader class, but he's actually smaller than Prime, so he's a little taller than this and a little shorter than this. But that's how these guys, and my only Decepticon I have is Nightbird. So, there is Nightbird. Alright, now let's bring back Rhinox. So, the real difference in these guys is Rhino mode. They both have their plus and minuses, but I just wanted again to show you, I mean, how different Rhinox is, and yet he's the same. So, alright, now let's transform Rhinox. Alright, to transform him, this is the third time I'm trying to do this. Now, This guy has a lot of friction hinges, not posts, and he comes apart real easy. So we're going to try to do this again. Okay, first you want to take the legs, the shins, and snap them in. You'll hear a nice, satisfying click. Then you want to come up here. You want to pull this out. Okay? Oh, wait. Let's take the hand and rotate it 180. And then you want to pull this out, rotate the hand in, and then close it back up. So now you got the hoof. Okay? Pull this down. Now these like to pop off right here real easy. And this likes to pop off too. So, turn the hand 180. I'm going to rotate this around, close it, and then you want to rotate it 90 so this is nice, even in a row. And see what I mean? Friction hinges, that's what I mean. They come apart real easy. Alright. As I'm showing you, I'm popping them off left and right. So worst thing Hasbro could have done. Okay. So, next we're going to take the abs and we're going to pull these to the side. Okay? Now you're going to pull this down. You got these two slots are going to fit into the shoulders. That's what locks them in. Now, when you pull this down, this is going to slide right there. Okay? So once you got that slide right there, you're going to angle this so these pegs slide into that groove. Like that. And that is the rhino belly. Okay? So, come back here. And we'll swing this out. And this is where the rhino head is. Pretty cool. So you put the rhino head out. Take the neck. And extend the neck. Okay? Open up the face. Take the rhino horn out. And close the face back. Now, you're going to take the arms. And shift them down. And you're going to snap them in. See how they shift down and in. So then take the head. Now what's going to happen is you're going to come here. Oh, there you go. And the neck is going to go over the head. And you got this like little slot right there. And that one is going to go on these pegs. So, see we slid those in there. We slid that up. You know what? I always forget about this part. Take these little tusks and fold them up. They're just for decoration in robot mode. And the front of the rhino is all done. And the legs are not that bad either. What you want to do to the legs is just you want to squeeze them. See, this little tab will fit in that. What you want to do is pull them down. And this goes like there. Basically, that's it. Take the leg, you pull it down, shift it in, and this is supposed to fit like that, and this one's not cooperating. Oh, there it goes. Alright, oh, and I forgot to, and this does clip down. See, this clips in, so it just soft clicks in, it really doesn't click hard in. So, let's get back to the feet. And then what you want to do is take the tail. Now, you've got these two slots right here are going to fit into here. Okay? And this little peg will fit into the that's the stand. So, you want to get these all lined up. That one's in there. That one's in there. And now you want to bring the tail down. Straighten him up. Straighten him up. And there he is in his rhino mode. So, the difference between this and the Kingdom is the legs are a lot easier on this one. And the hands are a lot different. But the chest folds down to become the rhino's stomach. And it hides the head really, really good. Although doing the reverse transformation, sometimes the head don't fit in unless you have it exactly right. But we'll show you that later. And this folds up and it puts it right there. And that is your Rhino mode. And real quick, you've got the eyes are painted. What's that, blue or green? The eyes are painted. You got the little mouth opens up. The horn is rubber, so you don't have to worry about it. You got the ears, pretty cool. You got the legs, and I like the brown like that. I love the shiny metallic armor. He does look like a rhinoceros, yet he's alien robotic. I like how the chest becomes a stomach. You got all the detailing right here. So you got some like motor detail. You come in the back, you got that mechanical tail, you got all this mechanics going on. Let's see. Other side, pretty good. And I like how you got the different layers of the chain armor, how it just folds over one another, which is pretty cool. And that is Rhinox. And the articulation here is, if you move this out, you can move this arm pretty much. You can only bend in. You got the little, these are all little ball joints, so you can move these. His head. Whoops. And another friction hinge. Darn friction hinges all over the place. His head, you can just move it. It moves up a little. So his head does look up a little, but there's no side to side. And then the mouth, come on. The mouth is pretty hard to open up. You got to get your fingernail in there. And there's the mouth, really no detail in there. I love how they got the ears, the face sculpted. All in all, a pretty cool robot rhinoceros. And then more on the articulations, the legs, you can move them like that, pretty good. So you can move out like that, in case you want them you can do poses. And now he's back to being strapped in. And that is it for Rhinox. All right, now let's do some comparisons. But first, we're going to get RC. And we're going to have RC ride Rhinox into battle. We'll have her stand like that. And that is recreating a scene from the movie. So these are pretty good in scale. Alright, now we're going to do some comparisons. Our first comparison has to be with the other Rhinox. So, here is what they look like. From the side, this Rhinox goes straight. This has the more accurate, a more sloping side. This guy's got a tail, looks like a pigtail. This guy's got this other tail. You could see this looks more of a real animal. There's not that many robot parts that you could see, except for the grain in the back of the arm. And you could tell this guy is a robotic rhinoceros. The head, I guess, is there. This guy's mouth is a little bigger on the original one. There. You can see the different rhino heads. But again, more alien, more robotic looking, more natural looking. He's got two horns. He's got the two horns too. So this is what the two rhinos look like. And again, the legs, this guy's legs you barely touch. This guy's most of the transformations in the legs. The front arms of the robot are the front arms of the rhinoceros. But again, look how cool the armoring is on this guy. On this guy, it doesn't have any armor. Basically, he's just a rhinoceros. But Again, the live movies, you expect them to look more robotic and more alien. And so, I mean, I think they nailed it with this rhinoceros. All right. And then we're going to bring in our Cheetor. Now, I don't have the Studio Series Cheetor. This is the one that came with the Jungle Mission 3 pack. But this is Cheetor. Airazor. Now, the Studio Series Airazor is just like maybe an inch upscale of this gal with different colors. So there is Airazor. Let's see, can you have Airazor Ride Rhinox? Yeah. So that is Airazor. Optimus Primal. I got him in his little rhino, I like him to be kind of hunched over. So that is Optimus Primal. We got Pablo, you got Wheeljack. And let's bring in Voyager Optimus Prime. So, now these are both Voyagers. Optimus stood a lot taller than Rhinox. Yet, when you look at them in their alt modes, Rhinox is the bigger figure. Prime compacts a lot. But that is the difference. And I like Rhinox. He's a pretty cool figure. I'm glad I got him, and I'm glad the way he is what he is. Alright, and that's it for comparison. Alright, before we turn him back, I got a few things to say. Now, if you're new to my channel, or if you watch my channel before, you know I always do the reverse transformation. Because the reviewers that don't show you both ways, I believe are doing you a big disservice. Because it's 9 times out of 10, it's a lot easier to go from an alt mode into robot mode. And that's how most reviewers do it. Because you're basically taking something and expanding it. When you transform to alt mode, usually you are compacting it. Now, I always start how it's packaged. Because nothing's worse than you get a new Transformer, he's in robot mode, and then the directions really suck and you can't figure out a part. And you go to the reviewers on YouTube, and it's vehicle to robot when you're trying to robot to vehicle. So I always start as it is packed. This guy was packed in robot mode, so I'm doing robot mode first. And now I'm going back. Now, some behind the scenes thing. I just spent 10 minutes on this guy, transformed him. I always have a problem putting the rhino head, whoopsie, because I didn't stick the rhino horn out. Let's just bring it back out again. There we go. All right. So that's Rhinox. All right. If you don't put this piece a certain way, the head will not fit back in the chest. And I finally figured out why. All right. First, we're going to do the legs. We're going to unattach this. All right. And take the leg. And this little tab is going to go into that. A nice little soft click. Like that. And you're going to take these. And you're going to pull them out now. Just get a little there. You just want to just pull them out like that. So, the legs are done. Now for the upper arms. Alright. Now, we're going to take the head off. And we're going to pull this, release the neck, and pull this back. Now, if you've got it right here, you're not going to be able to put the rhino head back. So what you got to do is make sure this piece is out first. Then put the rhino head back, take the neck, put the neck in, open up the head, put the rhino horn in. Let's do the other way around. Put the rhino horn in, push the net back. Now, if you don't have this piece out, if it is still under, you won't get this in. Okay? So, let's work on it. Before we put that in, let's work on everything else. And we're going to take these little tusks, And we're going to fold these out. Kind of reminds me of the Optimus Primal. All right. So, you want to pull these out. Okay. We're going to pull this out. Now, see how these nestled right there? We're going to just swing these to the side. Pull this up. Now, what you want to do is you want to get these tabs right here into these slots. Or is it these slots? Yeah, these slots right here. So you're just going to close the arms, and you're going to tab these in nice and carefully. That side's done. And that side's done. Okay? Now you're going to close the abs and pull this out. Okay, now we're going to do this back. Alright, so he should, when you get the head in, he closes up right away. So if you got the head, look at that. I just spent, if you have this little piece tucked under, it'll be like this. And you'll be as me, frustrated for 10 minutes trying to get this in. But this piece has to be out. That's the number one thing. This has to be out. So then, well, see, and I'm having problems again. There you go. Now, what this is going to do is, you got these two tabs back here are going to plug into here. So you're going to plug that in. These legs are plugged in. And now, what you want to do is take these, rotate them so the elbow is up. Now you're going to pull this out, rotate this around. Now these have to be pointing straight up. That way they fit this way. If not, you won't get it to fix or to slide in. And then rotate this 90 degrees. And that arm is done. Again, what you want to do is fold this down, fold this around. That one has to be pointing up. Close it, rotate this 90 degrees, and you are done. Oh, and rotate this back. So the thumb is always at the top of the hand, and you got that elbow bend. And will he stand? Yes, he will. So, and that is, you know, in this little tab here will go into the back like that, and the tail can do whatever you want with it. It's just soft clicks in there. Get his legs straightened out, and then Rhinox is back. So the problems I have is this friction hinge right there. This pops out a lot. These pop off a lot. And if you don't do the back right, the head will not come, they'll snap back into the chest. So, this figure is not perfect. He's got a lot of problems, but he's so cool looking. I mean, look at that face. And these are just, snap that in. See, these are snapped in, but the legs look funny. So, there's Rhinox. Whew, we finally got this done. These nothing clicks in it with this guy. The little crotch piece moves. So these are rubber right here. These little tusks these are hard plastic. These aren't rubber. These are just for looks. I guess you're supposed to pretend that these are the rhino's second and third horns or whatever, or first and second horns. But so all in all, the concept is cool, but I think the execution the QCC is not good on this guy. And like I said, Hasbro's worst ever invention were the friction hinges instead of pegs, because these pop off. Like I said, the arms pop off. You saw the head popped off. So, but that is our Studio Series Rhinox. Now I got this guy at Target. So if there's a link below from like Amazon or Big Bad Toy Store or something like that, feel free to click on it and purchase it through my links. I do get some credit. I do not do YouTube full time. I'm actually in the CSI field. In the forensics, I do the latent fingerprints, which eventually I'm going to start my own videos about what I do in the real world. But for right now, I am doing Transformers. So, and let's bring back the other Rhino to finish this review off. And here's our other Rhinox. So, a completely different mold. The Rhino head, I like how they do that with Cheetah too. In the new real life versions, they hide the heads in the chest, which is pretty cool. You got that more alien. This guy looks like a real soldier. This guy with the big fake teeth and all. Gatling gun. This guy's got the mace. This is the perfect movie real life version of Rhinox they could have had. He looks like an old warrior that's been through a lot of battles, and he does look like he would be on this guy. If you would have made a real life version of this, I think he'd look pretty funny. But so I think they did a good job with Rhinox. Glad I picked him up. I'm glad he's starting to show up in stores. And I guess that's all I can say. So please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Leave comments. If you have a problem putting that head back into the chest too with this one piece, let me know. There is a way to do it, and it took me a while to figure that out. But like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I got over 1,000 videos on the channel. More and more, the figures are now starting to hit stores. So I'll be doing more Legacy Evolution coming up, more Rise the Beast coming up. And all right, so I hope you saw the movie. If you haven't seen it yet, go to Paramount Plus and watch it. And that is it for Rhinox. So Rodimus Bill saying, till all are one, catch you next time.